This is actually the floor batting from a Fiero, of which I have 3 sets of it. And I decided that would be a good base to put over the spring so it doesn't cut through the foam. Now this is a foam. It's 1 inch thick. It's called polyfill something frickin' board, whatever, polyfoam. Pretty soft, very, you know, of course it doesn't absorb water. And I trimmed it 18 by 18. Did a little curve trimming. And fits there. Alright, it's actually really nice and soft. I'm not shooting for a really soft seat, but hey, if that's what I end up with. This is a little tricky. This is the original seat springs. They only had 3 up the side and they were kind of low. They were in the middle of your back. And I needed some more support, so I put, I cut, this is from the bottom of the minivan seats, the Chrysler, the Plymouth minivan. And I cut like 7 or 8, whatever it is here. There's like 10 of them. 10 ribs, cut it here. And I added the springs from the bottom of the back, one of the back seats, to the top by drilling a couple holes. And down here was real close, so I just wire tied it after I drilled a couple holes. And gives me a nice springy back. Lay it on its back, cut a piece of white foam at 1 inch thick. And I had to move the springs from the front to the back so I could get the foam to sit in here. I don't mind if the tubes are exposed a little. You have to see what I'm thinking before I put this all together. But it might take 2 pieces of foam for the back, or it might take 1. I don't know. Yeah. The car is sitting out there watching me. It's about 100 degrees out, at least 95. My front bracket's done for this one. I did get some flat black. It's all dusty right now. That's okay. This one I gotta make the bracket. I haven't made it yet. My fan is off and I'm dying in here, so I'm turning this off and I'm turning the fan back on. But I'll take some pictures as I go, as always. And here's seat number 1 almost upholstered. I might go get some olive drab material. I know how to sew buttons. Right? Having fun. But it's hot. We're gonna hop in the car, turn on the AC, and take a drive. Let's try the seat. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm there already, peak. We're cruising. Nice and soft. Oh. Good back support. Pretty good. If it wasn't for that fan, I wouldn't be out here though. There's a shirt for you. HOTROD Custom Motor Works. Looked it up. It's not even a real place. Let's go for a ride. I did clean up. There was a lot of crap on the floor. You never know it, because now there's more crap on the floor. Alright. She's sitting outside in the sun. It is freaking hot. Okay, see you in a few. I've been peeling apart this 37 Pontiac Torpedo rear doors. What I want is this inner frame here, where all the pockets are for the hidden hinges, the pull thing for the striker, the what do you call it? The like you to whip the door open. That's a piece of rubber right there, actually. It's the back and the other pocket. I stayed away from the edge because I knew this ended here somewhere, so I just steered clear of it. And I'm probably going to trim it off right here. I'll give it a little more, maybe out here, because I know that those hinges come into about the edge of here and then the end. See how it bevels out? But this one goes pretty far back. I'll give it an inch or so. But I kept the basic door shape and the skin because I'm going to peel the skin off and see what I need to remove and what I don't. And I figured I might as well keep the corner of the door bottom, because you never know how far my door's got to go down. Now most of this stuff is going to be covered anyway. I gotta get all this dried up gasket goop. Disgusting. Yeah, it's gross. It's hard as a rock in some spots. It's gooey in others. It's just dried up door gasket and it's nasty. I use like a tar to put it in. But I gotta get all that out. Here's the door puller, the restraint. I have the other end still on the door. So they used to nail the door panels on. But all that's gone now. I did clean out the pockets a little bit with a grinder, wire brush grinder, which is right there. And I don't know if you can hear me with the fan going. But I got one of them just kind of sitting in here. It's not in the perfect spot, but that's the start of the inner skin for the door. Okay. And once we get that to come in closer and move up and match my door panel, and can build a top frame and a bottom frame and skin the bottom and rockers and blah blah blah. Rained out the other night, got a little rust, no big deal. Oh well. But that's what I'm doing. My carburetor, I have it all apart. I have the new kit right here. I have been slowly but surely picking at it with a razor knife, picking all the little pieces of gasket off and cleaning it up. I got a lot of corrosion down in here. I think of something to get that out of there. Unless I put it in the sonic parts cleaner at work. That should do it. But I got pieces all over the place. I noticed there's only one screw missing, one of these. It holds this little flap on the top. It's here somewhere. But yeah, carburetor, door interior panel piece from Pontiac. All the trash is out there. Get ready to go. Right there in the end. I make a nice pile, and there's this kid I call when he comes and takes it all. Seats. These are my original door frames. We're going to use them or not, I don't know. I might be using this piece and some of this tubing. I don't know. Not there yet. Might be using it all. Might be using none of it. I don't know. But oh, this is cool. The bear claws now use a little push-pull type thing. Your door lock, if I can find it. That's your door handle. When it locks, you pull this up, and it opens the door, opens the jaws. There is a door lock slide on it right here. This thing on the top. On the Pontiac, the door handle things are mounted flush in the door, and they're spring loaded. This one spring loads to the right, so when you pull on it, it goes left. So I could mount that in my doors, a couple bolts. This flat plate matches to that, so I could take some rods, like the original rods that were in the Pontiac, and buzz them to that when I know what length I need. And the other end, I could probably use this for my door lock. The pivot point, because I still have the bolts. They're in this bag right there. I can see one of them. And all this stuff is here. Remember the old twist-on door locks? I can make that work. Drill a hole in the top panel and find the right pivot point. Could have door locks. But since they're in the front, I could have the door locks in the front too, so who knows. I know what else we can do. We can go see what Dawn's up to. I just sprayed the inside a little. Just to keep the rust away. Let's take a walk over and see Dawn. Those headlights are the coolest, aren't they? Let's go see Dawn. Oh, what a mess. Ooh, look at that rust. Creeping. Oof. Wow, it's loving them fresh welds. Alright. Let's go see Dawn. ammoman.com. Got the vet wheels on the Regal Beagle. That's cool. I got them hinges hanging. And here's the deck lady made from scratch. Got the little panels with the pockets for the bolts. Rolled an inner panel. Pretty good. Not too shabby. So that thing hinges up off the back. It's got a little trigger release. I don't remember what that was from, but see, this is where I got my idea. A piece of angle iron. Of course, they looks like they had a welder with no gas. I mean, come on, that ain't even connected. Look at it. That's terrible. That is just another broken weld. Of course, this panel was all sunken in anyway. Looking down the side of this car, this thing was in a good 1.5 inches. Dawn's has since pushed it out, sliced the edge, bent it out, filled in the crack. But this side isn't too bad. Got a nice curve to it. And this side was caved in. Whoever made it sucked at it. But they just stuck a piece of angle iron in there. It looks like bed rail because it's got weird holes in weird spots like that hole. This is where I got my idea, but this is mine's a lot more beefier. This is terrible. That's 1.5 inches square, and this is, jeez, what is that? It's like 1.5 inches by 3. Looks like they were going to use the nuts. Those are the plugs that hold the nuts to bolt on the fenders. Looks like they welded them all in, and then they come over here and they filled it with Bondo. Yeah, that's a good job right there. Look at that. Junk. Also notice the steering wheel. Look at the steering wheel. It's raked to the right. You can see that. That's because up here, the steering shaft, this nice expensive steering shaft, comes too close to the brake pedal, which you can barely see. The brake pedal's just to the right of the column, and they put it too far to the left. So now the bottom end of the steering column is raked to the left about 2 inches. That's pretty. I could have probably built the car for what that steering wheel cost. Actually, that steering column cost. I can imagine what that thing did. The gauges are nice and expensive. It's got the cheapy lawnmower key, like me. Looks like minivan back seats to me, because there's the cup holders. Not that they're bolted in straight, they're really crooked. Somebody put them in. Put my hand on the stretcher shrinker here. But hey, he's got a new engine for it. This is the gas tank I want. Said he got it on eBay. I looked everywhere, I've not found this tank. Alright, it's getting late. I've been out there all day, messing with the seats, doors, all kinds of crap. And I'm going in. You have a good day.